Hey guys, Alien Ed here, and I've got some special stuff for you today. You know, one of my big theories about the constant companion theory. Wait, what's that? Constant companion theory. That's the theory that ancient non-humanoid beings made contact with our ancestors and passed along knowledge of culture. They're called tutory beings if you're looking it up in myth and religion and cosmology. But one of my theories on that is also that the beings, the tridactyls, are marine beings. We have evidence of that. They have sodium minerals in their brain and their skull that's indicated of a marine beginning. Other strange things about them that makes them very amphibious. Tridactyl for one, no lungs. So there are salamanders that have tridactyl limbs, yeah, and there's salamanders that have no lungs as well. So, but you know, the big evidence for me was why I think these creatures are amphibious is because I believe they go through a metamorphosis. So I'm going to play a little game with you here as part of constant companion theory. We're going to go through a myth together. We're going to try to piece together the beginnings of a universal myth, a planetary, one belief, if you will, one story being told. And apparently some sort of, maybe a sky god, some sort of being may have transported a goddess. And maybe the goddess looks something like this. This is my Naga piece. Maybe she looks something like that. And maybe she was already fertilized, or maybe through parthenogenesis, she was able to self-fertilize, or maybe she got together with the locals on a spring break vacation. And regardless, I believe she birthed her own husband. So in biblical myth, this would be Lilith giving birth to Adam. I don't know if it's the same story exactly, but hey, let's put that weird speculative theory out there, and we will freak some people out. So, is this the female, perhaps, or is this the male? I chose this one as the male because it appears to have horns, but it is this shape that I believe is the letter B. Also, what? Yeah, a bet or beta, the early Phoenician B. If you turn it on its side, it kind of looks like a serpent. And if you flip your A around upside down, your current A, you have a horned being there as well. And take a look at the skulls. The skulls have cranial ridges. They have two pronounced ones and perhaps a third one. I heard they have a third one. Hard for me to see. I would love to get my hands on them and feel them ridges. Okay. I believe those two beings hatched eggs, or an egg at first, excuse me, an egg at first. And this is what you might find in this egg. Maybe before that you would find the magatama. Look up the magatama of Japan. A little kama-looking thing. It's like a little embryo type thing. And so here we have a fetus that the Hongshan culture calls the pig dragons. The pig dragons, I believe, are what you're going to find in the eggs of the tridactyls. I don't expect to see any limbs. If anything, they'll be like proto limbs maybe, and definitely no lower limbs. We'll see how that goes. So this guy might grow up, and he will grow up into a character I call the Child, based on the name of Ganesh in the Tamil language, and based on a Chinese letter that appears to show a serpentine being with a big head and some little arms there. So the Child. And this motif you'll see throughout. You will see the motif of these three beings in various guises. So the Child ends up being some sort of beast master, and he is between the beasts. He is perhaps the high priest of ancient times, in direct relationship. He is the one that speaks to the gods. Okay? So look for the child motif. More importantly, look for the master of animals or master of beasts motif, and you'll begin to see what I'm talking about, child and the parents. All different forms, all different cultures, a universal belief. Now this little guy might continue to evolve the child. And now we have something here related to the Hongshan The Hongsheng pig dragons. This is more of, I might call this a dragon man. Let me pull out another dragon man just to be safe. Excuse me, I'm choking on my own nuts. Pig dragon. Yeah, dragon man, I should say. Dragon man. So maybe the little guy, the child evolves. The child evolves. He grows his lower legs. Oh, excuse me. Again, I'll have to get myself a beverage. Okay? And maybe they evolve into something like this. So you've probably seen most of these pieces already. This is the first time I kind of put a bunch of them together so I could tell a narrative story. I will have to get a Magatama to add to my collection, so keep your eyes out for that. And, you know, live long and prosper. You know what I'm talking about? This is big news. This is about a world universal culture. This is about an terrestrial species. That means they were here first. And stay tuned for more. I've got more stuff coming, guaranteed. This is not ending. This is just the beginning of decades-long stories. Excellent.